Alex Rodriguez has been suspended for 162 games. That's the entirety of the 2014 baseball season, as I'm joined by our panel, Ted Keith, Stephen Cannella, and Ben Reiter. And let's try to move this forward because there's still a lot of questions lingering. Ben, what is the fallout here now for the Yankees organization that A-Rod has been suspended for 2014?
Well, they still can't say it publicly, Maggie, but I think that the Yankees have to be pleased with this result, right? They've been spending as if they knew that this was going to happen, as if they were not going to owe A-Rod the $20 million that was due him this year. You know, spending on the free agent market. Yes, they let Robinson Cano go, but they added all sorts of guys that, if A-Rod were also part of the mix, would push them way above that $189 million luxury tax that they've so assiduously tried to avoid. Now they appear to be under that tax. Maybe they can go after Tanaka. You know, they might have trouble at third base, but besides that, I think they're probably in pretty good position.
Yeah, Kelly Johnson, come on down. I think he's going to be the Yankees' new third baseman, and I think the Yankees will take that. They're happy to be out from under the portion of the contract that they can get out from, and I think they're going to spend much of the next year concentrating and having their lawyers find ways to get out of the next 2 years of A-Rod's contract when he comes back or is eligible to come back a year from now. I think it's going to be a very interesting year in Yankee land. As Ben says, they can't say it publicly, but I think there are probably some champagne glasses being clinked up in the Bronx today.
So, Ted, we know that the Yankees still owe A-Rod north of $60 million. Do you think he'll ever play another game in pinstripes?
I'm not sure. I think the Yankees now have 12 months to figure out how to get rid of A-Rod completely. They've kind of, gotten a pass on 2014 thanks to Major League Baseball and Tony Bosch and Frederick Horowitz, but 2015, 2016, 2017 are very much in their hands. I think they can't void the contract right now without some further developments that we're not aware of at the time, but could they just cut him and say, we'll eat $60 million? Even by Yankee standards, that's a lot. And then you're looking at the possibility that A-Rod doesn't have a home anywhere else. Why would someone want to choose A-Rod? As bad as offenses have been around Major League Baseball, as much as you think he might help give you maybe 15 home runs, come the 2015 season, he'll be turning 40. He'll have spent almost 2 full years out of Major League Baseball and been declining 2 years before that, and he's going to come with a price tag around $20 million for each of 3 years. So I don't really see a lot of openings here for Rodriguez.
You know, let's remember Barry Bonds, his last year in Major League Baseball was much better slugger than Alex Rodriguez has been recently, and he couldn't find a job. I mean, it's almost as if he were blackballed. I wouldn't be shocked if someone gave A-Rod a chance, whereas the Yankees are somewhere else, but baseball does seem to kind of circle its wagons against guys like Barry Bonds and Alex Rodriguez.
Well,
yes.
It also depends on, the funny thing is the Yankees are celebrating and they think they're out from under this. They still need Alex's help in some ways in making this go away for years beyond 2014. If Alex wants to really fight this, is determined to show up in spring training next year, he's determined to show up in spring training this year, it sounds like, he can show up. As Ted says, they're probably not going to void the contract. They're on the hook for that $60-some million. It's going to be up to, a few months down the road, it's going to be up to the Yankees and Alex's camp sort of getting together and maybe negotiating a way out of these last 2 years of the contract. If Alex wants to make a spectacle of himself and stick around for those final 2 years, I think he can force the Yankees to let him do that, and that's going to get real ugly.
To see what happens going forward, Ted Keith, Stephen Cannella, Ben Reiter, thank you guys. Appreciate it.